I'm a little bit late here, but let's rapid fire through the 28 books that I read in the month of June. Make sure you follow because I do these every month and I read about 30 books a month, so lots of recommendations to come. I started the month on a very high note with The Poppy Fields. This is about a controversial healing center that promises that you can sleep away your heartache. This book was everything to me. This is my new favorite V.E. Schwab. Toxic lesbian vampires should sell you enough. I really enjoyed Offside by Avery Keelan. If you like hockey romance, then this one's a must. I sobbed. I love this. This is part of my personality now. If you take anything from this video, I honestly think this was my favorite of the month. I even tabbed it, which I never do with books. This is an amazing thriller. I love this author's book so much. I loved Lisa Jewell's new book. It's my new favorite of hers. It follows these women that are all connected by this one man who is such a con artist. He weasels away into their lives just to leave them high and dry. Flirty Dancing was a really fun queer romance book set in New York City in the dance scene, and this guy who's trying to get his big break, and he ends up getting a gig and working with his teenage crush. The Shutouts is an amazing queer dystopian book. It centers around the people who are shut out from the little bubble that is safe from the environmental changes that are happening, and it centers around their survival. I reread Heartstopper, which is just as good as it was the first time. I love this so much. One Last Stop by Kisumi Kusun was really enjoyable. It follows a woman who meets this other woman on the train. Every time she commutes, she's there. It turns out that woman is stuck on the train. She's supposed to be back in 1970, and they're trying to figure out how to send her there, but they're also falling for each other. I officially have a new favorite, Casey McQuiston. If you haven't read this, please read Red, White, and Royal Blue. It follows the president's son falling for the Prince of Wales. And I read this thriller called Our Last Wild Days. I really enjoyed this. If you liked Where the Crawdads Sing, I think you'll really like this one. If you're a fan of the influencer trope in books, read Julie Chan is Dead. It follows this woman who's taking her sister's life after her sister dies because her sister was a famous influencer, but that's not as rosy as it seems. I enjoyed this fantasy book, The Prince Without Sorrow. It wasn't my very favorite, but it was pretty solid. Hopefield Advantage was a beautiful queer take on the classic football player and cheerleader trope. I really enjoyed Last Night Was Fun. It's kind of a baseball romance. Both main characters are baseball data analysts, a little bit of enemies to lovers, and they have this texting relationship, but they don't know that they're texting each other. I was very pleasantly surprised by Hooked. This is a dark Peter Pan retelling. I'm not the biggest dark romance girly, but this one was really fun. Between Friends and Lovers was kind of a love triangle situation. The woman has pined after one of her best friends for a long time, but he's never shown interest. As soon as she is kind of moving on and finding love with this other guy, he's now in the picture and wants to be with her. The measure is immaculate. In this world, everybody has a box drop on their doorstep, and inside the box is a string of a certain length, and that string determines how long you are going to live. All That's Left in the World is a phenomenal post-pandemic book. In this world, the pandemic wipes out over half the population. Both of their families are completely gone, and they lean on each other with their quest for survival. I wanted to love My Best Friend's Honeymoon, but I really did not. This one kind of gave me the ick at times. We Could Be Rats by Emily Austen. It's my first book of hers, and the hype is real. I need to read all of her books now. I liked Everyone I Kissed Since You Got Famous, but it definitely was not a standout for me. Second Chances in Newport Stephen was a really cute queer romance. It follows this trans man who's headed back to his hometown, and he falls for his high school ex. Cute Cute is an adorable sapphic sports romance. One of the most well-known players who is benched because of an injury, and she's kind of taking her place a little bit. It's a bit of an opposites attract. If you like the Heartstopper series, I enjoyed both Solitaire and Nick and Charlie. Definitely not as much as that series, but it was nice to get a little bit more of a sneak peek into their lives. Prior to Die was fun. It's a queer young adult mystery book centered around this LGBTQ